Hello and welcome to the Stellar Monarchs Friday Focus. Myself, Graham Munsey, joined by Dave Harley as we look back on a resounding 53-37 victory for your Stellar Monarchs, a result that means all 3 points stay at Armadale and a big shootout with Glasgow to come for automatic qualification from the BSN series. And Dave, we had a wee taster last week with the Academy versus the Chargers, but it was back to full pelt tonight with a nice big crowd in. A nice sunny night, although, as you can probably see, I can actually see my breath as I'm talking here. The temperature hasn't come back. But if you're of the blue and gold persuasion rather than the black and gold, everyone went home happy from that, Dave.
Yeah, fantastic. You know, we've all gone to the Berwick challenges and they did have a few, but that's not really anything to do with us. Our boys got on with the job. Every one of them's had a real good plus point tonight, some of them several.
Yeah.
Lots of good race wins, good racing. Kye Thomson winning one on the line.
Yeah.
Fantastic heat 15 where Rory Schlein showing us back to his best. But from an Edinburgh perspective, mission was 3 points. As you say, 3 points in the bag. Better scores against than Glasgow did in both legs against Berwick. But it will be down to that shoot, as you say.
That's it.
To rearrange it.
Yeah, that's it. That's still to come. But we'll look back tonight. First, we're going to hear from Kye Thomson. We're going to hear from Bastian Borka. We're going to see a race tonight. And there was numerous contenders. I marked at least 6 that we could have chosen from, Dave, and we went for heat number 9, which racing-wise maybe wasn't the strongest, but I think for the story of the match, that was when it really, the Monarchs put the foot down and kicked on from there. And as you mentioned, we'll start with the Monarchs first, and strong points and positives to take from all 7. We see Josh, at his very best, 12+1. Justin Sedgman back at Armadale for the first time as a Monarch in a few years, 12+1. And the man that was voted Monarch of the match and wiped away by almost a landslide, Kye Thomson, 10 points from 4. Delighted for Kye and delighted for the team to get that big victory tonight, which was crucial after, we're not going to mention last year too many more times, but crucial to get the ball rolling on a strong start the way last year went.
Yeah, it's a tough opening night for us. Berwick have got a lot of good Armadale scoring there. And we saw a bit late in the meeting, some of them did come back into the meeting eventually, but it was a bit of a banana skin. They fancied themselves. They thought they were coming here for points tonight, and we've sent them back down to Berwick with nothing, which was the main achievement. And like you, I've got to single out Kye just because it's, he's had a slow start to the season, but that's as much laps as anything to do with him. So now he's got laps behind him. He's winning races, and that's fantastic. Connor Cole's gating significantly better than we've seen in the last few weeks, and putting himself into competitive positions, as did Max James, and I think he maybe had a couple of mechanical gremlins.
Maybe after the crash, the bike just put paid to his night. But as you say, strength for it. Even I spoke to Paco briefly in the pits, and he was annoyed with himself, and he scored 7 and had 2 heat wins, and was only beaten by the Berwick.
Speaking of the tactical substitute, right?
Yeah. So he can, maybe once the dust settles, he'll look back a bit fonder. And Lassie Fredrickson bounces back after a big off. He described it in an interview. He didn't want to look at his finger. He'd sliced his finger open. Maybe he needs to get his hands out of the way or get bigger corners. It's always his hands and his wrists for Lassie. But bounce back, Danyan Hume, was it Bastian Bork that passed him in his last one, and he cut back under, it was Danyan, wasn't it? And he cut back under him and took a paid win behind Josh. So great to see. And it's funny, isn't it? It's very early doors, and we're not going to, blow any trumpets or anything. But there's no one talking about this Edinburgh team. Everyone's talking about Berwick. Everyone always talks about Poole. But we went to both of them and put 40 plus on the board, and now we've put a good result in at home. And it's very early, but the green shoots are there, Dave.
Yeah, there's positives you've got to start with. Start with a good home win, and get the points win. Get guys winning races. Paco winning races regularly. Yeah. Well, that's what you're after. You can't expect him to win every race he's in. That's where you want Josh, and then said you winning heat 13 against tough race. Exactly what we're after, and Josh looking fantastic, and even a pass in heat 1 of the season. That can't happen very often, but we know how good Josh is, and.
That's it. So it's a positive for all, but Monarch of the match was Kye Thomson, and I caught up with him after. So Kye, just what the
so Kye,
just what the doctor ordered. Big win for the Monarchs.
So
Great night for yourself.
Well,
Everyone goes home with a smile on their face.
Yeah, really awesome. To start off like this after last year is a real confidence boost, and yeah, it's just a good feeling, and hopefully just shows you the team we are, and great bunch of boys, and yeah, hopefully we can build on this and carry on a good season.
Yeah, and that third race, like the Heat 9, obviously Berwick bring the tactical in, so it becomes double, and it's so crucial that if you can nullify that tactical, it really gives the Monarchs a boost, and it kills a bit of the spirit in the other camp. So that was an absolutely massive win, and you must have felt the pressure. Rory wasn't far behind you at all.
Yeah, no, 100%. That was a race that was very, very important. So just really knuckled down and able to come out the gate really well, and just secure that win and keep them back. So yeah.
And then, I guess from a spectator's point of view, that looked like a great track to race on. There was lines, there was passing. For the first match of the season, it's cold. There's still been a lot of rain about. That's the kind of platform that riders want to be able to go perform on.
Yeah, it really was a great track, and that's what we want week in, week out. And yeah, great job to the track staff, and hopefully we can build on this and carry it on.
Yeah, and then not just the win, but the bonus point was crucial tonight, and it's now pretty much cut and dry. It's a straight shootout, Edinburgh against Glasgow to top the group. Bring it on.
Yeah, 100%, bring it on. I can't wait, and we've got a few races in us now, and we can go to Glasgow ready and warmed up. So yeah, it was very important, and yeah, we're ready to attack Glasgow.
Yeah, so a great night for Kye and a great night for the Monarchs. Do we call that all four back from unsatisfactory start? The way the system went.
I think it's the coolness of the system as well. That's button not quite as good as it would be, but not as sharp as the Monarchs were tonight. That's for sure.
That's it. And then if we flip over the page now and look at the Berwick side, I think a night where they would say anything that could go wrong did go wrong, but, and accuse me of bias if you want here, it would have made it a wee bit closer, but I don't think any of that misfortune actually affected where the points went at the end of the night. Would it have been 50-40, 49-41? Potentially, but I just felt even up until the injuries, and we wish Jai and Drew all the best. Edinburgh were looking good tonight. So we looked down Berwick's lineup, and Daniel Humes had a nightmare start and then come back with 2 wins. Obviously, Jai and Drew clash with each other, and then both were ruled out the meeting. Freddie Hodder's a little bit unlucky in Heat 2, I think, actually. He clashes with Max James, and it causes the bike to stop. So I'm sure Stuart Dixon and the Berwick team will be looking at things like that, but they'd also be looking maybe for a little bit more. In some instances, Kyle Howarth steps in. I guess that number 1 can go 2 ways. He gets 6. Louis Kerr.
Yeah, that's the trouble with guests on a Friday night. Is sometimes Kyle's had a good go tonight.
Yeah,
but he's not quite on the level that Louis would have been in. But as you say, even with Louis Kerr, I'm confident that our guys would have dealt with that tonight. And and we can only beat what's in front of us for better. I mean, Stuart Dixon's probably thinking he ran over a black cat on the way here tonight, and Daniel Humes starting with 2 engine failures, and they had something happening almost every race to start with.
Yeah.
But you talk about the incident in the Heat 2. I was so impressed with Max James. To get passed by Bastian, it's easy for him to put his head down.
Yeah.
But he didn't. He reacted, and he was strong against Freddie Hodder, and made him make that mistake or but yeah, no. I mean, Rory roared back again in Heat 15, and Bastian was a good trier all night, but he's got himself out of that game. He wants to be winning races, so he's not actually won a race all night. Fair play to him, 7 rides, 9 and 2 bonus. But but I agree with you. I think we would have still been good enough to win, and good enough to win by more than 47-43.
Yeah. What I would say, if you're a Berwick fan watching this, do get the replay either on the Monarchs website on BSN, because Heat 8 and Heat 15 were 2 cracking rides by Daniel and Rory. So they battled for it, as you would expect with that team. But that probably, I've not looked at the maths to see if it definitely does. I imagine that does mathematically mean they're out of the BSN. They can't be kind of second best. They can't even finish second now. Glasgow and Edinburgh have taken the bonus point off them unless one wins both. So it'll be a challenge for them. So they need to dust themselves down regroup with injuries. And despite you had a busy night for Bastien, 9+2, you think you'd be happy with that. He was looking for a little bit more, as I found out when I spoke to him after.
So Bastien, a busy night for yourself, 7 rides, and I guess from Berwick's point of view, a night that almost everything that could go wrong did go wrong.
Definitely. 2 riders out basically in the start of the meeting is no good start to any meeting, so I fucking having to do so many heats as well, it was hard. And the engine, I wasn't expecting to do so many heats today, so the engine is a little bit overdue to the service, so it was running a little bit flat at the end of the meeting, and I was trying some different clutch springs today, which obviously did not work. So I'll be going back again to what I was running before. But I think some riders did perform well in some heats, especially Rory did very well, but myself, I'm not really satisfied.
You mentioned not satisfied, but I think the final score was kind of paid for double figures. Was it just having to battle for all those points and maybe not getting heat wins? Is that why you're not happy with your own performance?
I'd say so, yeah, but I was here for a half season last year, and to be fair, I've never had a win by myself. I've only had paid wins here, so it's a thing I need to change in the future, but next time I'll come with a serviced engine as well, and some better clutch springs.
And then I guess the disappointment for the Bandits is that's kind of both bonus points away, so it probably makes it, I don't know if it's quite impossible, but makes it very, very difficult now to qualify. So with injuries with that, just got to dust yourselves down and go again tomorrow, because it's the Kye Cup tomorrow, and you need to get back in winning ways, because it's another cup competition that you need to win and get on the doors early.
Yeah, I really want to do more meetings in the end of the season as well, so we really need to perform tomorrow as well, but I guess now we need 2 guest riders tomorrow, or 3 or whatever. It's like half the team is out, so yeah, it's gonna be difficult, but I guess we're way better at home, so I think we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Bastien there, always a pleasure to speak to, and he can be happy. Paid 11, he said he wanted more, but when the dust settles, he'll reflect on that. That pretty much does it. Obviously, before we go, we always see heat of the night, and I say there was a few to choose from, so if you can get a replay of the meet and enjoy, that's kind of my plan once I get home tonight, is to chuck the BSN on and watch it all over again. But we thought the crucial bit of the night, Heat 9, I've always said, and I think I said after the race on the stream, that if you can nullify the away team's big tactical option, it sometimes breaks the away team's spirit. I'm not saying that happened tonight, but there was only 8 points in it at this point. It finished 16. We'll see Heat 9 from Kye Thomson.
So won a race so far. Rory's won a race as well. Another key race. Kye Thomson certainly away well. Paco's there on the inside. Howarth goes into second, and Schlein gets up inside Castagna, who left a bit of a gap there. Here comes Howarth chasing against Thomson. Kye out wide, just holding the lead. Schlein's come through to challenge. Creeping round the inside line there. Thomson holds on. Key race. Thomson fighting his bucking machine there, goes very wide to get some extra drive, and he gets it. And a heroic ride from Kye Thomson defeats the tactical substitute.
So there you have it, big win for Kye in Heat 9. He can be happy with his night's work, the Monarchs can be happy with their night's work, and next up is Poole in the Kye Cup second leg next Friday. 9 points is the deficit from the first leg. We'll be back midweek to look ahead and talk all things Monarchs. So until then, as always, thanks very much for watching.
Call me out again.
Thanks very much for watching, and goodbye. This is where you can say goodbye.